Alright guys, so unless you have been living under a rock, you are probably already familiar with the Joyo Bantamp series of amplifiers. These are little tiny 20-watt hybrid amps featuring a tube preamp and a solid-state power amp, and they pack a lot of really cool features into a very small size. I'm pretty familiar with these amplifiers at this point, and I actually had a Joyo Firebrand model amplifier that I gave away in my last shredder contest. Anyway, a lot of people like these amplifiers because they sound really good, there's a wide variety of models available, and they are very affordable. They're well under $200. Some of them are down around $140. Now, technically, these amplifiers have always been two-channel amplifiers. They have always had a little channel switch on there. But one thing that sort of held them back was the fact that even though they had a channel switch, they still shared all of the controls, so the EQ and gain controls and so forth. They just had one set of controls for both channels. So naturally, Joyo has now come out with the Bantamp XL models of these amplifiers. And these are true two-channel amplifiers with two independent sets of controls. And in addition to the extra controls, they now include a foot switch to do proper channel switching while you're playing. So now when you use one of these amplifiers, you have the option of setting up two completely separate tones and switching between them as you're playing. Now this specific model that I have here is the Joyo Jackman XL. And I think for legal reasons, they can't advertise it as being like a model or a clone of an existing amplifier. But basically the word on the street is that these are modeled after the Marshall JCM 800. And if you look here on the front panel on the name of this, they did something kind of sneaky here. If you look at Jackman, the letters JCM are highlighted. Possibly a little nod to the JCM 800, or maybe it's just a coincidence. Now the price of this amplifier compared to the simpler single control versions, the price has gone up a little bit, but it's still very affordable. These are going for like $179, right around $180. And of course that includes the foot switch and all the cables and the power supply you need. So they're still very affordable, and the best thing is even though they added more stuff to the amplifier, they didn't take away anything that was already there. So it still has the Bluetooth capability and the effects loop and a really great headphone out jack with an emulated speaker output. Okay, so now let's go ahead and plug in the amplifier and listen to how it sounds. What I'm going to do here is I'll give you guys, a variety of tones, some clean and some dirty tones, and I will also use a cheap Tube Screamer knockoff pedal that I have. I'll put that in front of the amp to boost the signal going in, because for me, the classic like Marshall lead tone is that classic like boosted JCM 800 tone. So I'll see if I can achieve that with this amplifier. Okay, now guys, real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, checking out cool, affordable gear, and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. All right, guys, let's plug everything in and listen to how it sounds. All right, guys, so I just continue to be impressed with these little amplifiers. Now, there is a wide variety of models in the Bantamp series and even the new Bantamp XL series. You know, probably not everybody is going to like all of the models because they do vary between the different models. They vary in the tone a lot. Now, this one I really like, but again, I'm like, you know, I like the kind of amps that this is sort of modeling itself after. I mean, I love that, you know, classic high gain British sound. But if that sound is not what you're after, there are still other versions of these amplifiers, you know, which you can check out. And I'm sure, you know, they have so many different models of these amplifiers. I'm sure there's pretty much a tone for everybody in there somewhere. Now, guys, one thing that just makes such a huge difference on this amplifier is the fact that it has an effects loop. For me, an amplifier head that does not have an effects loop, it's just like it can never be great, in my opinion. Not everybody needs effects loops, but you know, I like to use a delay pedal and things like that, and a lot of that stuff always works best in the effects loop. So the fact that now you have the foot switch, you can do the channel switching, you can set up two independent tone settings on each channel, and you have the effects loop. And again, this has the headphone out jack on the back there, and it's got a pretty good speaker emulation sound on the headphone out jack. So you can actually just use the headphone out jack for recording if you want to. And maybe the biggest thing of all is that at a price of less than $200, with the features that this thing has, it's really hard to beat this for, you know, one of these mini style amplifiers. Now the Tube Screamer, the Demon pedal, it's like a, you know, like a $30 or $40 Tube Screamer clone. That pedal actually worked pretty well with this amplifier. I think it did a pretty good job of achieving that kind of focused, mid-rangey, boosted Marshall tone. Okay guys, so as always, I want to hear what you think about this amplifier, and also if there's anybody out there that owns or has owned one of the other Joyo amplifiers, you know, let us know what you think of them in the comment section below. When people get on here on the comment section and they share their experiences of these products, it's helpful for everybody. It's really helpful for me, and it's really, really helpful for the other people who are considering buying one of these amplifiers. Okay guys, as always, I'll put links for everything I'm talking about in the video description below. I'll have links for the amplifier and the backing track I'm using, and my social media and my instructional material. All that stuff, check it out in the video description below. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.